Good morning. Ooh, we've got some fun talking to do today. Let me pull this up on my phone. As you get here, make sure that you say good morning and let me know that you're here. Let me pull this up on to make sure that. All right. Ooh, so this is going to be so delicious. I can't wait to see who's going to show up for this one. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning. We missed you yesterday. I know you had a dental appointment, but it's so glad to have you here today. And I'm excited about this affirmation and journal prompt. I was doing some different things this morning and I was listening to a person that I follow, and some of the things that he said, it was like, oh, yeah, yeah. It was a reminder of a lot of the things that I talk about. And it was like, okay. So I got my note card out. Like I keep a note card by my vanity. And when I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll make little notes of things that I think as I'm going. And like I said before, when I go for a walk, a lot of times I'm using my notes on my phone to start dictating some of the ideas and thoughts that come to me. And it's amazing. And last night I was on the Zoom with Sue. Remember, I don't know if you remember me telling you that Sue was going to have the s'mores club in her group, and so it was like a fireside thing. And she actually, she's outside, and her husband built this big fire. She was making s'mores. Now I made mine in the toaster oven, but I did make my s'mores and go outside and enjoy them. And actually, I had mine eaten before really the whole thing started. And I kept thinking, as because it was kind of dark outside, I was very brave. The same person has cut my hair for 25 years. So you went somewhere different to get your hair done? Is that what you're saying? I know some of my clients, it's like I don't know how many of them ask me, and in the past few years, "You're not retiring anytime soon, are you?" She's out of commission, had a back operation. Okay. Yep, yep. I feel you. It's like I'm going to be out of town for a few days this month. I'm going to San Diego to see Stacy with her TED talk. And so I've been letting my clients know I'm not going to be here for these days. So they're trying to scramble and figure out when can they come. It's important. It's important. All right. So, so other than that, was very lucky. He did a great job. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So, how are things going for you this morning? Obviously, that's going kind of good. You had a good haircut. It could have went the other way, right? Let me just see what's happening over here. Oh, let's see. I need to. Let me do my thing here. Getting close to Monday when we cruise. Yes. You are a cruise aficionado, however you say that. I like cruising, but not nearly that much. I don't know what it is. I enjoy cruises on occasion, but it's not something that I would do as often as you do. it's just there's other things I like doing. Like I like just flying to a place and just being there, and like I'm going to San Diego, and I've never been to San Diego, and so I'm super excited. Good morning, Janet. Good morning. Good Saturday morning to you too. Week number 69. Yeah. See, now that's my mom. My mom will she'll go on cruises, back to back. And every time we've gone on a cruise with her, she always has the ultimate status where she has the dinner with the captain, all the perks, because and that's my mom too. She's addicted, and she's actually going on a cruise with my sister, my brother-in-law, and my brother in January or February, I think. My stepdad doesn't really care for cruising. He does go occasionally with her, but she loves to go. And originally I was going to go with her, and then with them, and then I decided that I wasn't feeling it, and so I'm not going. Hello, Kathy. It's good to see that you're here. Make sure you say hello in the comments. All right. So, with all the niceties out of the way, are you ready for today's affirmation and journal prompt? We will be on our favorite ship of all, January and most of February. Okay, very cool. Now, only cruise ships that I've been on Princess, and I've been on Celebrity, and that's the only ones I've ever done. Most of them are on Princess. All right, so let me copy and paste here. All right, so you ready? The affirmation: I live a rich life. Simple, sweet, can be controversial, right? So, what comes up for you? Do you feel like you live a rich life, or do you feel like that's somebody else? If you would just put in the comments, say that's me. If that's you, or not you, say not me. It's interesting. And I will just share. And this feels a little vulnerable to share, but I'm going to go ahead and share it anyway. All right, good. That's me. That's me. Beautiful, Janet. Well, see, it depends on what you're looking at as rich, right? Beautiful, Wendy. I live a rich life. Yes. And we have a mindset that makes us feel rich or not rich, right? And I always thought that even though sometimes finances were a little bit slack, that I lived a rich life. And I do believe that. But do I have a rich mentality? Not so much. And this was ultra obvious to me recently when I booked my flights to San Diego. So what happened was, I go on and I'm looking at the flights, and I'm looking at how much money I've got to spend and all that stuff, right? And so I'm booking my flight out there, and I think rich in blessings. Yes, yes, Janet, beautiful. I booked my flight out there without any question, went straight to coach, and this is the price, this is where I'm going to sit, yada yada yada, right? And while I'm in San Diego, I'm going to be attending the TED Talk, and then there's going to be a mastermind. We may even be taking an excursion on a yacht, and then there's going to be a luncheon the next day. So there's all these activities, and I'm going to be meeting some amazing people that are part of a group that I'm involved with. I've never met any of these people in person, and that's how I feel blessed. Good, Wendy, good. So I always feel blessed. Don't I always say that if I woke up this morning, I'm blessed, right? So, like I said, I booked coach. But then when I was booking, and which you turn right around, it's like you're going round trip, you book the flight out there, then you book the flight home. And interestingly enough, as I was thinking about all the things that we're going to be doing there and all these amazing people that I'm going to be meeting, where they are in their lives and where I'm at in my life and my perception and all that stuff, I automatically went to booking the flight home first class. And I did it. And then afterwards, I was thinking, now, why did it feel okay? And I've never flown first class, to be perfectly transparent with you. Never, never. I was always booking economy coach because I wanted to save the money, right? But for some reason, when I booked this flight, I just felt in my soul that even though I'm coach out there, I'm first class coming home. Isn't that interesting? Is that interesting to you? It's like there's this mind thing, right? Because many, many times I talk to you about our perceptions, right? Our lens of the world. So I always feel blessed, but I felt like coach. So that's part of the reason why this was really important to me this morning, because I do live a rich life. I mean, like you said, we're blessed and have blessings and all of those things, right? Deserving the best, yeah. But I had to think, why did I think I didn't deserve the best flying out there? I mean, we're only talking a $200 difference on the ticket. So, what made it okay, worthy? What made it okay that I just fly coach out there, but I fly first class back? So, one of the things that I'm going to be doing on this trip with my journal is journaling a lot about this activities that we're doing, a lot about what's going on inside my heart and my mind. Because, like I've told you before, and I know you've heard it other places probably, is that our subconscious mind has this idea of who we are from the things that have happened to us from the birth to 7, the things that authority figures like our parents or a school teacher or a caregiver, whatever, have said to us and said about us. That's developed these beliefs that we have on who we are. And the thing is, most of the time, we don't even know that they're there, but we will sometimes find out. Like I found out some of this belief that I had booking this flight, right? But it's like when I've talked to you before about like people who win the lottery, they can win millions and millions of dollars and in a couple of years be dead broke, worse than they were before. And it's all because of their beliefs of who they are. Because our subconscious is all the time stepping in to keep us safe. Now, safe doesn't mean you're living good. It doesn't mean you've got money in your pocket. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that whatever your beliefs are of who you are, it will make sure you maintain that standard in your life, right? It all depends on what your riches are. It can be money, health, not always wealth. Yes. But if you think about your mindset on what you deserve, it sometimes shows up there, right? So it could be that your wallet is small And then other things tend to be a little bit about the same. But there are also people that have a lot of money and they live as if they don't, and not that they don't show their riches, but they're constantly worried about losing what they have, right? And it's a mindset thing too. So I'm really looking at our mindset about things, right? Now, right now, I'm talking about how we feel about money, but we can also be the same when how we feel about our health, how we feel about our relationships. All of those things are what we perceive as who we are. And so, like I've many times I've talked about, adjusting our thermostat so that we have a different thermostat about what we believe we deserve or who we are. And I even had, so a lot of stuff's been coming up for me when it comes to what I perceive as me with this trip. And so what I'm really wanting you to want you to be aware of is that you may not even know some of this stuff is here, but something may happen. Like start scheduling this trip, I decide to go, and then I'm got some stuff that's making me say, "Oh, I forgot I felt that way. I didn't remember that I felt that way. I didn't know I felt that way." See, I thought when I was scheduling the flights before, when I was booking my coach ticket, it was just because that's what I was used to. I was, let's have more money to have fun, all these different things. But it wasn't. It was that's what I thought I deserved. So I'm short. I don't need a lot of leg room. I had all kinds of things that would come up to validate that coach was what I wanted, right? And so we do that within our lives. But today, as we're talking about all this and living a rich life, I want to dive into the things about our lives, like Janet and Wendy have alluded to, that we can see our lives as rich and deserving with where we're at. And that's kind of where I'm got to now through going through this process of booking these flights and doing some inner reflection on all of this, right? And so I am beginning to not only notice the blessings in my life, because I always do that, but I'm in bringing it in at a deeper level. It's not just that I'm grateful, right? It's that I'm grateful and I deserve that and more. So I'm going to go ahead and let me see if I can. Let me take this off. I may have made this a little long. Let me see. Let's see if I did. I did. So hold on. Hold on. I got to change this because it won't go on there. Let's see if it shows now. Okay, well, it's not going to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and share it as it is. All right. So list the things in your life right now that make you feel rich. And I don't mean cash. Now, cash can be there too, because I don't ever want to say that that's not part of being rich, because it is. And I don't want the thing that happens to some people as they start focusing only on this is my blessing, and then money doesn't matter. But money matters, right? For one thing, Wendy loves going on cruises. Well, if she didn't have any money at all, she couldn't go on her cruise, right? If I didn't have money at all, I could not go on this trip. So money plays a big part in life. And so I want us to include that in our riches, but that's not the only thing that's rich about us. And because we're working on the mindset of what helps us feel rich where we are so that we can expand that out. So list the things in your life right now that make you feel rich. And it's not all cash, it can be so many things, right? It can be a friend's laugh, a comfy bed, that perfect cup of morning coffee. What else can it be? So just give me one thing right now that having that in your life feels like a richie thing. What's one thing? And this will be some of the stuff that we're going to be um, diving into when we do the workshop on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yes, Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. And that's the event is listed in the group. And so all you have to do is go in and say that you're going to be there. And it is going to be, yes, Janet, family, yes. And one of the things for me that always makes me feel rich is when I wake up in the morning, I woke up and I opened my eyes. I can hear, I can see. All of those things are amazing things that I have in abundance, right? I love my home, and it's not perfect by any means, but I love it. I love the layout of it. I love all of that. Yes, Janet, your faith. Yes, beautiful. I have a working car. I have you guys. I have a hypnosis and a coaching profession. I have a hair salon. I have friends and family that I love and that I have a great relationship with. I have children. Um, Right now, I have this dog that I'm taking care of, and that is a richness in itself because he is so sweet and so cuddly and snuggly. And I missed that when my dog passed away. But there are so many riches. I have so many books that I can just pick up and sit and read. If you've ever been to a country where things are maybe in the resort areas, everything looks great, but when you get outside of the resort areas, not so much. I mean, when you look at it that way, we're rich as hell just because we have windows on our dwellings, right? We have windows, we have doors, we have air conditioning. Man, oh man, that's rich, right? It depends on how you're perceiving and looking at everything. And so, so true. Yes, Janet. So we can look at the things in our life as amazing and evidence of our riches. So I have money in the bank. Doesn't matter how much that is there. I do have money in the bank, right? I actually have a little bit of money in my wallet right now. And what I do a lot of times, sitting on the balcony of the ship's cabin, oh, yes, that's always feels very um, uh, rich, right? The last, I can't remember the last cruise I went on that I didn't have a balcony. And when you can be on this balcony, moving in the ocean, it always makes you feel rich, right? Family, Faith, Seth, your husband. Yes, Wendy. Yes. Good morning, Sean. My Virgo buddy as well. We're talking about riches in life. So, and it's not all cash, but it can be cash, right? So, it's whatever. Looking at the ocean from my living room, yes, yes. I that would always make me feel rich. Every time I go on, anytime I go somewhere for like a vacation or something, and I'm close to the ocean, always makes me feel ultra rich, right? And like I said, riches in life, interesting, yes. And like I said, when I booked my flights, it was a very eye-opening experience for me. That, and I'll share real quick because you missed this, Sean, but I booked my flights to San Diego. And when I booked it going out, because we do our flight out, then we do our flight back, I booked it coach going out. But I knew that I was going to be being present at the TED Talk. I was going to be doing this mastermind, maybe taking this excursion on a yacht. There's so many things, and then there's going to be a luncheon, and I'm going to be around all these amazing people. So on my flight back, without even blinking an eye, I went right to going first class. And that was such an eye-opening experience for me because I didn't realize that it was that I didn't feel like I was first class going out. But I do know that I'm first class coming back. That's such a I don't know, it may not mean anything to you, but to me, that was an epiphany that I was not expecting. Yes. Ocean for me, for sure, being in nature, walking trails, yes, yes. And, there can be so many places in our lives that something will come up and show us that we're not living a rich life, that we're holding ourselves back. We're not speaking up. Like the name of the group is Stand Up and Stand Out. And sometimes we're not doing that because we don't feel that we deserve it, or we don't feel that we're enough. We don't feel that we've got the tools, we've got the voice, we've got all those things, right? But this is the reminder, because our affirmation for today is I live a rich life. And so riches can be so many things. Riches can be sharing your gifts and talents. Riches can be looking at yourself and saying, yes, I am powerful. Yes, I am valuable. So it's so much more than money. However, money is good to have, and I want plenty of it, because the more money I have coming in, the more of a difference I can make for others, and more of a difference I would have made for others, right? Yeah, yeah. Because I have a list of people that I want to do things for. A lot of it is for my mom, right? To make her life so much better. I mean, I would love for her to be able to stay on a cruise all the friggin' time if that's what she wanted to. Vicky Pool is special, and I must stay attached to this community. Yes, Sean, thank you, thank you. But right? So I would love to be able to say, Mom, if that's what you want, here, do it. My niece, I've talked to her. She's part of the group. My niece has muscular dystrophy and she can't do things for herself. Oh my gosh. One of the first things that I would do is I would have her a house cleaner. I would have somebody that comes to her house and does physical therapy for her. I would have somebody that comes to her house and gives her baths and showers and washes her hair and does all the things that her husband has to do for her now, in between doing the job that he does. I would get them a house that they didn't have to make any payments on, and it was exactly what they needed for her disability. I would do that for her. I would love to do that for her. But can I do it without money? Mm-mm. So riches are amazing. All the riches within us. Oh, all the things that we have to be grateful for right now. Oh my gosh, yes. But I want the money too, because that's how I can affect others. And if I have all the money that I want, that means I have affected so many people in an amazing way. So just think about the things in your life right now that make you feel rich. And I've got on here, I don't mean cash, but I could mean cash. And so you can expand your thoughts and your feelings about all of it. Riches are a big thing. Riches are not only cash. Riches are all the things about us. I'm trying to share this and cannot, it's because we're in a private group. So I will share it into my Instagram, and I think you can share it from there, because right now it's going out into Instagram and on YouTube. Let's see if we got any. So you can go and share it from the YouTube. But I'm telling you, we can recognize the gifts in our lives, but are we rich in that? We are, but do we really think we're rich in it? Or are we saying, I'm grateful for these things because we don't feel rich and we're trying to feel it anyway? So, what's coming up for you as we talk about this? Because, like I said, when I started booking my flight, I didn't know I felt that way. I really did not. And it was very eye-opening experience for me. So, where is something in your life showing you that your mindset needs a little work? One sec, I will be back. Okay. All right. So, what do you think? Do you feel like you're good? Or do you want to tweak that mindset a little bit more? And have you ever in your life had this, said this, that, well, part of me wants to do this and part of me wants to do that. Part of me feels rich and part of me doesn't. Part of me, part of me, part of me. Have you ever said that? If you have, put a yes in the comments. If you've ever said that. Okay. I know for me, I have said it many, many times. And it doesn't always seem like it's a big deal, right? But when you're saying that, it means that part of you thinks it's a good idea, and then there's another part that's holding you back. It's saying, maybe not. And so that means that there's a little bit of a disconnect in what you really want and what your subconscious mind thinks you deserve. And sometimes it's a good thing that you question, part of me wants this and part of me doesn't, because our all these thoughts and everything are there to protect us. Our subconscious mind is not trying to sabotage us. It's trying to protect us and make sure that we're going to survive anything that's going on. So when you have this, part of me wants to do this, part of me doesn't, part of me thinks I deserve it, part of me thinks I doesn't, any of that, then there's some work to be done. And when you can get those two parts, and sometimes it's like there's one part that wants it and a whole bunch of parts that say, wait a minute, I might have to work harder to make that extra money. I might have to um, fend off people that want to take my money. There's a litany of things that can show up. And so each one of those thoughts is a part of you that's battling against you for whatever it is that you say you want to do. This is good. Even my mindset needs adjusting right now. Yes, yes. And, most of the time, we don't even realize it's happening because it's instantaneous. All these things are so quickly happening that we don't even recognize that it's something that would be benefit us if we adjusted. Right? So let's talk later, my Virgo buddy. Much love. Yes, definitely, Sean. Yes. And reminder that Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern is the workshop, and we're going to be talking about a lot of this stuff in this workshop. And it is going to be so powerful to work through some of this stuff because it is about being the magnet to what we want. And see, when we've got thoughts of part of me yes, part of me no, that is actually pushing whatever it is we want away. It's keeping it far away, right? Keep up the marvelous work. Gotta go, family. Thank you, Sean. We'll talk. We'll talk. If you can, go in and, to the event section and sign up to be part of the workshop. So I don't know what all is coming up for you guys. I know there's a lot coming up for me. So let's go back to the affirmation. Put it on your sticky note, your index card, the screensaver on your phone, wherever you want to put it so that you realize that you do have a rich life. Perhaps a block, yes. I have a rich life. And if when you think I have a rich life and you think the only thing that's rich about you is these other things and not the finance part of it, then you've got to disconnect there too. Because we want it to be where our rich life is just everything. It's our health, our wealth, our relationships, our spirituality, our connection with ourselves. And then list the things in your life. Hold on, I'm going to change this. Hold on, let me just change this. Let me take this away. All right, let's just do it this way. This feels more congruent. Make a list of things in your life right now that make you feel rich. What makes these things so special to you? So what makes you feel rich? Now remember to take some time in silence, and I got to go really quick. I got a client that'll be here any minute. But just spend some time with us today and really unlock and look at what's showing up for you. Like so many of us have blocks that we're not even aware of. And something will happen, like me booking my flight, that wakes it up and says, wait a minute, notice this. And it's important when something comes up that we notice. I love that. Have an amazing day, my rich friends. Yes, Janet. Yes, I love that. All right, guys. So I have to pop off here. And reminder, I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm so excited. We'll see what we're going to be sharing tomorrow. I have no idea. And in the meantime, have a rich Saturday. Yes, beautiful. So I will see you tomorrow. And if you have something you want to share, share it in the group. And remember to invite your friends, send them a message and ask them if they want to be part of the group, especially as we're coming up to this workshop. And they might really benefit. It's a no cost, it's free if you're in the group. And I'm just excited to share with you guys. All right. So I got to go. Have a blessed day and a rich Saturday. See you tomorrow. Mwah.